Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look inside Jeff Bezos and Amazon's current CEO's feud. Let's get right into it. When Jeff Bezos was CEO of Amazon, he maintained an arm's-length relationship with the company's affairs in Washington. He rarely lobbied legislators. He only testified before Congress once, under threat of subpoena. Mr. Bezos' successor, Andy Jassy, is taking a different approach. Since becoming Amazon's chief executive last July, Mr. Jassy, 54, has visited Washington at least 3 times to traverse Capitol Hill and visit the White House. He met with Ron Klain, President Biden's chief of staff, in September. He contacted Democratic Majority Leader Senator Chuck Schumer to lobby against antitrust legislation, and he has spoken with Virginia Senator Tim Kaine about Amazon's new corporate campus in the state. Mr. Kaine, who met with Mr. Jassy at the Capitol in September and spoke with him by phone last month, described him as very inquisitive. Mr. Jassy was diplomatic rather than attempting to bowl you over with force or personality, according to Mr. Kaine, and came prepared with knowledge of the lawmakers' committee assignments. Mr. Jassy's actions in Washington signal the beginning of a new era at Amazon. The executive, who joined the company in 1997 and built its Amazon Web Services cloud computing business, had long followed Mr. Bezos' lead and was considered one of his closest confidants. Last year, succession was widely regarded as a continuation of Mr. Bezos' culture and methods. Mr. Jassy, on the other hand, has quietly imprinted his own imprint on Amazon, bringing about more changes than many insiders and company watchers anticipated. He has drilled into key aspects of the business that Mr. Bezos delegated to deputies, particularly logistics operations. He admitted that Amazon overbuilt and needed to cut costs, which included closing physical bookstores and postponing some warehouse expansion plans. He has begun a tumultuous leadership overhaul. While reiterating the company's anti-union stance, he has also struck a more conciliatory tone with Amazon's 1.6 million employees. The most noticeable difference between Mr. Bezos and the new CEO may be the new CEO's far more hands-on approach to regulatory and political changes in Washington. Mr. Jassy has become more involved in the scrutiny of Amazon's broader role as an employer and in society, said Matt McElwain, managing partner at Seattle's Madrona Venture Group, an early investor in the company. Mr. McElwain, who has known Mr. Bezos and Mr. Jassy for more than 2 decades, said, "I think those kind of things do matter more to Andy." He then added, "Jeff has more of a libertarian mindset." Mr. Jassy's efforts could be motivated by necessity. Because of its dominance, political leaders, activists, and academics are taking a closer look at Amazon. According to Open Secrets, which tracks influence in Washington, the company has responded by expanding its lobbying apparatus in Washington, spending $19.3 million on federal lobbying in 2021, up from $2.2 million a decade earlier. Its difficulties are increasing. The Federal Trade Commission is investing whether Amazon violated antitrust laws, led by legal scholar Lina Khan. Mr. Biden backed Amazon workers seeking to unionize last year, and he has since hosted a union organizer from an Amazon warehouse in the Oval Office. In addition, Congress is expected to vote soon on an antitrust bill that would make it more difficult for Amazon to favor its own brands over those offered by competitors on its website. Tina Pelkey, an Amazon spokeswoman, cited a previous company statement in which Mr. Jassy meets with policymakers on both sides of the aisle regarding policy issues that may affect our customers. Mr. Jassy's availability for an interview was declined by the company. Mr. Bezos' ambitions in Washington were once primarily social. Because of his ownership of the Washington Post, he moved to the city and purchased a mansion in the Colorama neighborhood. However, Amazon's Washington office staff did not always know when he was in town. An Amazon team led by former White House press secretary Jay Carney fought to shield Mr. Bezos from the company's critics. Mr. Jassy, who was a member of Harvard's Republican Club as an undergraduate and has donated to business-friendly Democrats in recent years, made navigating the regulatory landscape a priority right away. Mr. Jassy summoned a group of company executives for an antitrust briefing after Mr. Bezos announced his resignation as Amazon CEO last year, according to 2 people with knowledge of the gathering. According to people familiar with the matter, Mr. Jassy has also discussed Amazon's opposition to antitrust proposals with lawmakers and Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo, whom he knew from their time at Harvard. According to one of the sources, Mr. Jassy informed Ms. Raimondo of Amazon's concerns about new antitrust regulations in Europe that it believes unfairly target its business. Ms. Raimondo has criticized European laws, claiming that they have a disproportionate impact on US technology firms. As Amazon faces the possibility of a federal antitrust lawsuit and continued skepticism of its power, Mr. Jassy may be a potent advocate for the company, said Daniel Aubel, a senior researcher at Open Secrets. He said, "Not many lobbyists would be able to sit down with, or even get a call with, most of the members of congressional leadership at all." He then added, "But of course, the CEO of Amazon can get them all on the phone." That's it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on any future content we'll produce for you guys. We're signing off now, but we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.